Love on Top by Beyonce.
All right, now that you done got your laugh, let's get into it. This is interesting. I thought we quelled this whole Creole, Solon, FBA thing last year. Evidently, we had.
Look, I ain't trying to be funny or nothing, but y'all literally just made FBA and Solon less than 10 years ago. Hell, probably less time than that. Y'all made that shit on TikTok and Twitter, but y'all want to come on here and scrutinize and question Louisiana Creoles about the legitimacy of Louisiana Creole being an ethnic group and talk about we don't have enough history, our culture can't stand alone by itself, and we're a subculture and all this and all that, even though we developed independently from African Americans in the 13 colonies and all that, and we was around before the Louisiana Purchase. But then y'all will come on here and want to force us to identify as FBA and Solon, some shit that was created 4-5 years ago. So you are going to say that FBA, Foundation of Black American, and Solon are ethnic groups, but Louisiana Creole is not. And then on top of that, y'all also be the same ones saying that y'all not African American because y'all don't like the African in the name African American, even though that's what y'all been called since 1782. And we've been called Creole since the early 1700s, 1719. But we should throw both of those names away, both of those ethnic names away for Solon and FBA. Child, get the fuck out of my face.
Now the eyes, I don't know if those eyes are her eyes. I think they're contacts, honestly. And the energy she's giving off gives off boule. I might be wrong. But if you notice, this picture real quick. Sweetheart, you have more comments than you do have likes. Because it's not a thing. It's not a thing. Anybody that's coming after you are plants or private tethers. You know, I beg to understand where you're coming from with this energy when we've already said all third quarter last year there's no difference, right? Your lineage is your lineage, and nobody was coming after you unless they were just some troll accounts. Like, I don't really pay attention to faceless accounts, cause see, I suspect you on some bullshit anyway. So, yeah, I say we keep an eye on this one. She might be cool with Roland and Bowling Bar Martin and the rest of the bootleg crowd. So, yeah. So I know you guys probably know about what happened with Keith Lee and Mr. Tendonism. And whoo, some mess. Not only did Keith Lee didn't get a chance to meet him, nor did he get a chance to tip the brother. Y'all know they trademarked tendonism? No, not they. I'm sorry, the brother. He didn't get none of that. The owner did. Now that the black person has gotten the ball rolling, and it's put them on the map. Look who's all in the videos.
Hey y'all, come look at this. Mark. No, you ain't supposed to be the cameraman. You tendonism. You supposed to be in front of the camera. Boy, this ain't a good look. Somebody must don't like y'all. Whoever the last motherfucker y'all fired took this video.
Alright. My brother's favorite. I'm gonna try and do it. Is that right? Is that how I do it? Is that it?
Was that some shucking and jiving? You wasn't shucking and jiving, was you? God damn. Unc done been demoted. Again, we don't want to see that man on camera doing tendonism. It was you, Unc. You the golden goose, not this gooseneck motherfucker.
Yeah. This nation. You already know. One of the nations, my brother said.
This don't even make no sense. Now when Keith Lee was there, y'all had security around Unc. Could nobody get to him. Now you got Unc in the back of the store in the alleyway filming your motherfucking ass.
Take a little bite. Actually, I want to get some meat and some fat. Now, together, for me, that's it.
Man, fuck that. You'll never see Les filming somebody else letting them do Texas Red in every way. Them his oxtail. I mean, somebody really trying to expose them. It's always the ones closest to you. Or the motherfucker you just fired. Look at this shit here. The motherfuckers ain't got no dumpster.
Mr. Tendonism is the only reason we give a fuck about a damn Smokehouse destination. Let's get that clear. Let's get that motherfucker. And the owner is jealous of Mr. Tendonism popularity. He don't like that Unc blew up on social media. He don't like that everybody thought that Smokehouse destination was his restaurant. He don't like that at all. It's to the point now, he try to make sure that he in the videos. Ain't nobody come to see you, Otis. Ain't nobody come to see. Unc need to go ahead and sign with Death Row. Cause if you don't want an owner that's all up in your videos, dancing in the videos, you need to go somewhere else where you're gonna be appreciated. Go somewhere else where you're gonna be appreciated. And then you even look at the podcast, whatever it was doing, talking about Keith Lee. He said, if I knew Keith Lee was here, talking about the owner, he said, we would have stopped and went to see him. Keith Lee wasn't there to see you. Keith Lee was there to see Unc. That's it. That's all. And maybe your employee, so he would have showed love to them. But he didn't come to see the owner. He came to see. That's who he came to see. That's who we came. You're just trying to overly insert yourself in the goddamn program when we don't want you in the program. We get it. It's your restaurant and all that. You can appreciate it from afar. We don't wanna be shaking hands with you, kissing babies with you. But yeah, like I said, the owner is jealous of Mr. Tendonism. And it's just that simple. I don't know how we don't even see it. We all see it. We all see it, and Unc just sitting there without a word to say. Unc, speak up! Speak up! Blink twice!
I had a wonderful woman come up to me today, and she stopped me. I was at the soda machine, and she's like, how does it feel to change the world? And I kind of knew what she meant, but I was a little bit struck at first. And then I was like, well, what do you mean? She's like, I see everything that's going on inside here, and it's a beautiful thing. And what she meant was, when you go inside this place, which we're going to do right now, you're going to see everybody in the...
I told y'all, this man wants to be the social media star. He wants to be the star. He wants to be the one that gets all the attention. That's why he's jealous of tendonism. He wants to be the face of the restaurant on social media. He's jealous of the fact that OG's getting all the attention, even though he benefits from it. And everything that OG gets goes right back to him because he's the owner of the restaurant. None of that matters to him because he wants to be the star. And if y'all still don't believe me, look what he got OG doing.
Mark. Alright.
Put OG behind the camera so he could record him, letting him know, hey, you got to stay in line, my boy. It's my restaurant.
So I'm going to tell you what I suspect's about to happen. I think Unc is going to even be further pushed out the limelight to the back and then out the door. And he's an older brother. I understand, you devote your life to something. However, You are around the same age as Dr. Claude Anderson. Rest in peace to Neely Fuller, but you grew up around the same time he did. You should know how this is. You should know how these folk move and what you got to do to protect yourself. You can't be all in for the dominant society and think they're going to be all in for you. Now, B1 family, we know that the Tethers have been trying to make Tariq a leader, and he's like the head of something or whatever. We know that's BS. It's always been BS. That's just them trying to find a center point to attack because delineation has disrupted everything they had going on, and I love it. And you love it too. And shout out to our brother Craig. He stood on business, checking a lot of the narratives, dispelling a lot of the misinformation on the 5150 show with Corey Holcomb. And I'm going to let him talk because I ain't got nothing to say. He going to do all the talking.
All gas, no brakes, 1, 2, 3. You don't like that. He already started out wrong, telling me what I don't like.
Yeah.
You don't like that a white man said that about Somali people. Tariq Nasheed said the same thing.
Well, here, can I speak on it?
Go ahead, and then I'll say my point about it.
See, look, man. Right now, there's like a battleground between foundationally black Americans, which are what we are, descendants of people who've been here for generations, some beyond the slave trade. Some of us have been here for thousands of years, and then those of us who've just got here recently. And what a lot of the FBA people are doing is they're doing a necessary task, I believe, even though I'm not engulfed into the community.
Who doing it?
Tariq is a part of it in a way, but there's a lot of people involved with it. And it basically is a matter of identity, like meaning that all the things that we've sacrificed and fought for in this country, other people of African descent that are more recent to this country or have been able to benefit from it without the sacrifice. You know what I mean? And right now, people are drawing a line in the sand and saying, hey, man, you can't motherfucking come here claiming to be black, but not have any of the blood, sweat, and tears, and also not fall in line with what we're trying to accomplish. You can't undermine what we've built in this country, which has been a very, 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 very big problem for at least the last 100 years. Us paving the way, dying, fighting, going against the system, drawing a line in the sand and really trying to do things that could progressively benefit us. And then they play with immigration and allow others to come into the country and benefit from something that they're not willing to sacrifice anything for. As a matter of fact, a lot of them have left their countries where they should be staying and fighting and have come here where it's easier because we've already paved the way. So, you know what I mean? Those are the issues. These are the types of things that Tariq Nasheed speaks on. Now, I'm not educated enough on everything to speak on it completely, but I do see that because I have seen that division in our community, and so that's why some people may give you pushback on the whole Somalian thing. It's not that we don't see them or they're not seen as being black, but they have to get down or lay down when it comes to what we're doing here. They can't come here and run another agenda and another play and then act like they down with the cause to get the benefits. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
And that's a big thing that's been going on for like the last year and a half to 2 years, because with the other forms of, of people being of African descent, they draw a line in the sand all the time. You know what I mean? Jamaicans, Belizeans, Somalians, they had their days, they parades, they do things, and we kind of don't really be invited like that. You know what I'm saying? And so, it's really just about us standing up.
Okay.
So that's what they mean about Tariq. That's what he's been on. That's the mission he's been on. It's like, hey, if you're gonna be here, you can't be not fucking with us, and then when we make some ground, now you fucking with us to get the benefits, nigga.
Here's what far too many Afro-immigrants come and do when they get here. One, they have already come in with an anti-foundational Black American sentiment and culture. They already have a disdain. They claim that they learned it from the white man or from white supremacy, or when they get to the immigration office. That is false. They already have it. It's in their culture, especially when we start talking about the continent, because that is the most disunified place probably on the planet. Now, there's multiple reasons why that is, but that doesn't stop that from being a true statement. But what happens is they come here and we see it, we've heard it. The same way in that meeting, they was talking about, oh, well, what about the African booty scratcher? And what about the term HBO that I never heard before? And I've grown up around Haitians and Caribbeans my entire life. I've never heard HBO, and supposedly it stood for Haitian body odor. Now, that's funny because from my personal experience, I ain't trying to throw no Afro group under the bus, but if I had to start judging body odors, Haitians don't make the top 10. If I'm talking about ones I'm going clown, so for it to be HBO and not NBO, or let me not start naming countries, but you know, there's other countries that got a distinct smell that I can tell as soon as I smell it. Haitians ain't one of them. So I'm gonna leave that alone. But the bottom line is they will talk about that, but they will pretend like saying, oh, y'all just lazy. Y'all don't want to work. They pretend those are not tropes. And so I'm glad my brother Tad said, when the brother brought up black on black crime to me, when I started talking about tribalism of the continent, my brother Tad said, oh, that sounds like Charlie Kirk.
Yeah.
Why? Because they come here, assimilate, adopt white supremacist tropes, and speak them to our community like they're truths.
All right, B1 family. So this last clip, I found it funny. Haitian body odor, HBO. That's hilarious. That's the thing we're going to use now for these Haitian tethers. However, at the same time, and maybe it's just me, I know this brother has a certain aesthetic that reminds me of a certain somebody who's very prominent in the B1 movement. And I don't want to overthink it, but I can't help but to think it. And so I'm going to just kind of watch and look from the way the beard, mustache is connected and cut to that certain hairstyle, even though it's braided all the way to the back, you really can't see it. Just the way the braids are done, I'm like, and maybe they're just patterning themselves after that person, in which I understand. You know, this person's done great work in our community, multiple documentaries, has been a spearhead in a lot of our issues and has gotten our issues put on platforms that wouldn't even know we existed. So maybe it's that, but maybe it's just me. But shout out to the brother, and shout out to that term they created. That's a funny one. We're gonna use that one going all through 2026. Now, some of you may have known this, but a lot of us have been looking. We've been trying to find them. We've been trying to find them because we knew that terrible wig having, that Easter grass wig having heifer out of Texas, Jasmine Crockett. We knew she wasn't one of us. You're doing too much. Like, see, FBA sisters don't have to go above and beyond. See, hood rats do that, and they usually do that when there's a camera in their face. But hood rats don't get platformed. Right? Not like that, not in the political sphere. And so it looks like Jasmine Crockett is Haitian. Looks like she's Haitian.
I knew it. I fucking knew it. I just seen a video by somebody, I think their name is the Eye of Ra. The Eye of Ra. Nigga. He got paperwork up on his page. I can't share nothing. Y'all know I can't share nothing on none of this. But he got information on his page that bitch Jasmine Crockett is from Haiti. I knew she wasn't American. That hairline told me she wasn't American. The way she was acting too ghetto. We been half black FBA politicians that ain't never act that ghetto. Gwen Moore is on the Senate floor for Wisconsin. That woman ain't never acted ghetto like that. Jasmine Crockett is Haitian, bitch. That's why she act like that. She is not like us. She a fucking tether.
So now with Bad Wig Crockett being outed for being Haitian, I'm being of Haitian descent. People, oh, she's born in St. Louis. Don't mean nothing. There's a lot of first generations and second generations that are here. They get born in America. But now, with that being said, going forward, this whole, the immigrants getting pushed out, ICE and all this stuff, calling people out in their lineages. For folk who try to cape for that, this is what we're going to do going forward. Shout out to my brother Petty Sam. These next two clips are his. And this is how we're going to go deal with these folk going forward. We're going to have a block party. We're going to leave them out there, let them talk to themselves in the DMs, let them talk to themselves in the comments, and we're going to keep pushing and move forward. Be one.
Let me tell you something, black people. I'm not one of them black people that y'all be in the comments talking about this ain't our fight. Let them sort it out. Let them white folks sort this out. This ain't our fight no more. Shut up.
I was hearing from people I know personally and people I don't necessarily know, but I know they're plugged in politically and culturally, and they were saying that black people should stay home for this day of protest. And one guy went viral because he even came out and said, this movement is a setup. This movement, black people shouldn't mind your business, black people. This is not our fight. This is not our movement. Stay home. Don't enjoy the protest. Now, I completely disagree with this.